welcome back to Backpacker Diaries, and today I'm going to talk about this portable solar panel that I've got here. It's an Anker product. It's called the Powerport Solar. This is the 21 watt version. As you can see, it has the 3 panels. There is a 2-panel version that's a little bit lighter. This device here weighs a little bit over 14 ounces, whereas the 2-panel version weighs a couple ounces less. When I chatted with a customer service rep for Anker, they told me that this device is capable of charging up tablets, whereas the 2-panel version that's a couple ounces lighter does not have that capability, but it's still good for charging up phones. As I've been testing this device, haven't had the chance to charge up any tablets, but it's been doing a pretty good job with the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 6 that I have here. Something I would like to point out though is that when I charged up my iPhone 6, it somehow fried the cord in a way that made it unusable, the cord part of it at least. Whereas with my iPhone 5, I was able to plug it in, and with a full blast of sun, it charged from 0 to 100 in about 4 hours. As you can see, it has 2 USB ports. And when it's engaged with some direct sunshine there, or even indirect sunshine, this little light will sustain with a red color. It does not include a built-in battery, so I have a separate portable battery here that I could plug into one of these USBs. There is a little red light that turns on there as it's charging. And for my iPhone 5, for example, I can plug that in as well, and we'll see how long it takes to power on here. It's not turned on at the moment. As you can see, it's turning on right away with that little burst of energy. Needless to say, your device will charge faster if you're only using one USB port at a time. If there's strong direct sun, you can go ahead and try to charge 2 devices at once. When we look at the bottom line, is this 14.5 ounce device really worth carrying? And to answer that question, it really depends upon if you're going to be getting direct sunlight during your trip, what is the weather forecast going to be, and do you even carry electronic devices to begin with? Are you going to be getting plenty of direct sunlight? Are you going to be walking underneath a tree canopy, or can you pretty much count on the weather being overcast and not providing very much sunlight? In talking to many thru hikers who were going northbound this year, the number one item that got sent home at the very first resupply stop there in Georgia, whatever solar charger they may have been carrying with them. As for myself, I carried it for about 350 miles through New England before deciding that I didn't want to carry it anymore, especially getting into the White Mountains of New Hampshire. As far as usefulness through that New England section, it did involve choosing my break time, my lunch spots, and my other breaks based on where the sunbeam was going to be hitting, so that I could go ahead and charge up my devices that I had with me. I did find that it was worth it most of the time, but if I was going out on a trip that was said to have overcast weather or even worse, rainy weather, then I would certainly leave it at home. For this trip that I'm on now up here in the Canadian Rockies, it's over 5 nights and there hasn't really been any chance of rain in the forecast all week, and there's been pretty consistent sunshine. So for this trip, yes, it was definitely worth it for me. In choosing when to bring it, you just have to look at the weather and perhaps how many devices you carry and how much you really use those devices or need to have them on the trail at all. Just know that this device is not waterproof. You could even see a couple of spots here on this one panel where I didn't wipe up a couple drops of water right away, and it ended up sort of sinking into the panel and doing some damage there, I suppose. Just know that there's not a battery included with this device either. I've definitely had the best results by plugging in a spare battery and then plugging whatever device I need to charge into that battery once it has received a charge through the solar panel. The built-in grommets on each corner definitely come in handy for attaching your own little carabiners there for fastening it to the pack. In this way, you can grab some juice from the solar panel as you're walking along. I would like to point out a design flaw though. I really wish that the Velcro, especially on the pocket here, was stronger. It's really just that tiny piece of Velcro that is holding the envelope closed, where you would put in your device that's charging while you're walking along. As you can see, it's pretty easy for the device to fall out of the pocket there. If you have any questions about this device, be sure to add those in to the comment section below. That's all for now. See you next time.